Welcome to Rekt Reviews, movies and entertainment analysis using the latest in beer goggle technology. And here are your dubiously qualified hosts, Erik, Paul, and Christopher.
Welcome.
Welcome.
What's up, guys?
Welcome to another episode of Rekt Reviews. It is November 13th, 2016, and we had quite a week, didn't we?
Oh, my goodness, did we not have quite a week?
I think so. This is what it finally took to have Shark bring in a bottle of SoCo.
Yeah, I am actually drinking now. I figure, what the hell?
He's been promising it for almost a year and never materialized until now.
Listen, if Donald Trump can be the president, then I can drink here.
Anything is anything allowed.
Is possible.
It's true.
Anything is possible, and I don't think there's ever going to be a movie that we review that could be a more weird story than what we have right now.
Who would play Donald Trump?
He'd have to be
CG, right?
No, he would play himself because he would sue us if we.
I think Matt Damon.
No, there you go.
Oh, him in The Informant with when he got kind of fat for that. Do you remember that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
He could do it.
Fat Damon.
Yeah, Matt Damon could do
it. Like orange Matt Damon. He could pull it off.
I think they should get a black guy to play him.
Oh, that would be awesome.
That would be.
You know what? You have just given me a great idea. I'm going to write some sort of movie about Donald Trump, and I am going to play Donald Trump.
All right.
It's going to be the best movie ever. I'm going to tell you. Nobody knows more about movies than me. That's what Donald Trump would say.
I love movies. I love all movies.
Yeah, I love all movies.
I make the best movies.
Some of my favorite movies are black movies. So here, I'm passing around shots for everyone here.
Thank you, sir.
This is 100 proof Black Label Southern Comfort. My very favorite. We usually talk about what we're drinking, and I'm drinking along with that.
What we're drinking to making America greater again, are we not?
Well, I guess so. Or we're drinking to making us drunk again. That's what we're doing. So,
welcome to 4 years of just flat out blunt tricking us. This is it.
Listen, no matter this is what I feel about this. No matter what your political affiliation is or who you voted for or whatever, everyone is going to miss at least Barack Obama's class as far as his speeches and stuff like that, and
hell, we might miss Bush Jr.
Yeah, I do already. So,
judging by Trump's wife, though, we might get 4 more years of Michelle Obama speeches, though. So there is that.
We probably will get that, yes, because I'm sure she's going to go through that whole litany and go like, okay, so on this date she said this, so.
That's definitely the silver lining to this whole thing, is our first lady is hot as fuck now.
Yeah, that's very true. And also, there's going to be Saturday Night Live is better.
Comedy is going to be just a treasure chest.
He's going to be the new Rosetta Stone of contemporary American comedy. It's all over. He should have not wanted to be president just so Saturday Night Live would not pick, because they're going to parody him every week. For 4 years without fail. So unless he has the show canceled,
late night television is gold mines for them from here on out.
I'll tell you what you should listen to. The comedian Bill Burr.
Oh yeah,
he has the Monday Morning Podcast. Just listen to him.
I tried listening to his podcast once or twice. He just goes off about football for an hour and a half.
He goes off about everything.
I just give up.
He goes off about everything. He's hilarious.
I saw him on Conan recently talking about the election. Yeah, he's pretty funny.
He's
probably one of the best in the world right now.
Yeah, he was talking about how about celebrities and who they endorse and stuff, and how. Like somebody cares, and he's talking about the fact that all these people said, if Trump becomes president, we're leaving the country, and he was talking about Cher, and he goes, I didn't even know Cher. No. I didn't even know Cher was still in the country. Who gives a shit?
How will we go on?
Yeah, he's like, we're going to vote for Trump, but if we do, we'll lose Cher. So.
Did she still make music, by the way?
Did she ever really make music?
Well, has she done what she did?
If she could ever turn back time, now is the time, Cher.
You know what's funny about her is I've never liked anything she's done, no music, no movies, but I've always liked her. I've never had a problem with her. She's whatever. I'm just here.
She's cool.
Yeah, she's a cool lady.
Speaking
But anyway,
Speaking of turning back time,
Doctor Strange.
Oh,
Yeah,
good
see?
segue,
Good
sir.
segue, sir. I say we drink to that.
Drink to that.
Clink, clink. Here's
all right.
SoCo down. That's good stuff.
Oh, these shot glasses are pretty cute. You got like a little cow here with a like a Red Cross saddle and a little like ski hat. What's going on here? Where'd you get these?
It's like a
I
little
have-
Bugs Bunny cow or something.
I have at my house so many different shot glasses from trips over the years and working in all these bars and nightclubs over the years. I like most of them, I don't even know where they came from unless it says like, Hilton Las Vegas, then I'll know I got it at the Hilton Las Vegas. Other than that, I have no idea where they came from. Or some of them say Cabo and things like that. So, but none of them say Doctor Strange. That's a weird thing. What about Doctor Strange,
What
guys?
about
What do you think?
All right, Doctor Strange. Well, I wouldn't say it's a good movie, but I enjoyed it. I'll say that for it.
I will say it wasn't a good movie, but I didn't enjoy it.
Really?
I didn't hate
You guys are haters.
it. No, I didn't hate it. But
No, like I said, I enjoyed it. I don't hate it. I just don't think it's very well written.
I actually really liked it. Out of most recent Marvel movies like this and Guardians of the Galaxy is probably and like the first Iron
Guardians
Man.
is still my favorite.
Guardians of the Galaxy is like the best Marvel. It's the most well done Marvel film. It's like it's like fun from beginning to end. It's a good movie.
Yeah.
And it has like all the actors in it were very well chosen. They're like they played the perfect roles for them.
Yeah.
This one, first of all, to me, it's not horrible. It's just terribly boring to me. It's really, really boring and slow. And who directed this one? I don't remember who directed it.
It's I don't know. I think
Somebody who wants to be blowing Chris Nolan. That's who
I
it
think
is.
somebody who's done horror movies in the past. Like he's not an action guy.
Oh, okay. Well, it looks like he has watched Inception 500 times and just said, "I'm going to."
Scott Derrickson.
Scott Derrickson. Okay, he's watched Inception.
Yeah, definitely very Inception-y.
Yeah, and my other problem with it is, go ahead.
But Inception was kind of tedious, and this was fun. So this kind of stuff in this movie,
visually it looked like Inception. I don't think that's like tonally and plot wise.
Yeah. Well, there's not much plot, but
no, this thing is paper thin as far as characters and plot.
see, here's my problem because Benedict Cumberbatch, whatever his name is, he's actually a good actor.
He's a great actor.
But this is not. He was actually well chosen for this role, but he didn't play it right because he's trying to be funny, and he's not a funny guy. He's trying to be Tony Stark. That's what it looks like to me.
We were talking about that earlier.
Yeah, he's trying. This
character is pretty much Tony Stark.
He's trying to be Tony Stark, and you're not. And like, I wasn't a big fan. Like, I was a big comic book fan when I was a kid, but I wasn't particularly a big fan of Doctor Strange.
Okay, did you read any of them? Or?
I did read it, and that's the thing. So that's like the play on his name because his name is actually Stephen Strange.
Yeah.
But in the comic books, he's actually like this really weird guy, and like there's no fun and frivolity with him. He's just a weird guy who goes around saying weird shit, and he's a sorcerer. So like even in the comic book, everybody's like, "What the hell is he talking about?" And in this, he's like he's Tony Stark. He's just instead of being a millionaire weapons,
right down to the goatee, huh?
Yeah, right, exactly, right down to the goatee.
Weirdly shaven goatee,
yeah,
like with little designs in it and whatnot. Yeah,
I thought Tilda Swinton was like, why use her in this? She's much better than this movie. I think she's a really good actress.
I love Tilda Swinton.
Yeah, she's a really good actress. But this one,
there's a lot of good actors in this movie. Like I recognize
the Wong guy. His last name is actually Wong.
Yeah,
his first name is Benedict. Strangely,
yeah, he was
Benedict Wong.
Yeah,
he's in.
There's two people named Benedict in this movie.
He was in The Martian.
Right.
Yeah,
he plays which Khan? Kubla Khan or the?
Oh, he's Kubla Khan on
Marco Polo.
Yeah. Yeah, he's a great.
I haven't seen that.
It's a good show. It's funny. Like the show is called Marco Polo, but really Wong is kind of like the leading character there.
The guy who plays Thousand Eyes or And
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, that guy's so cool.
yeah, he is cool. Yeah.
Thousand Eyes is awesome. So yeah, Wong is a great actor. Rachel McAdams, you guys like her?
I like Rachel McAdams.
I like her as an actress, but like it's kind of like she was barely in the movie. She couldn't have been on screen for more than 15 minutes.
Well, I mean, like all the characters in this movie are super one-dimensional.
Yeah.
Like the only one that kind of grows is Doctor Strange, and even that it felt a little forced.
Yeah,
I don't know.
very.
Like his arc was kind of weird.
Even at the end, because so it's an origin story, obviously.
Yeah.
But like,
so I know they have to cram a lot into it because
Yeah.
it's an origin story.
And in this case, it's actually cool because most people, I assume, don't really know the origin story of Doctor Strange as opposed to Spider-Man, where you have to watch it over and over
again.
Right.
Yeah. But that's the thing. Most people don't even know who Doctor Strange is. Like they weren't even aware.
I vaguely know of
Yeah.
him just from like collecting Marvel cards as a kid, but I never
Right.
read any comics.
And see, that's the thing. I think that what's his name? Kevin Feige. He runs Marvel Studios. Yeah, Kevin Feige. I think this was really just they've got this whole like the Avengers Infinity Wars coming up, and Doctor Strange is a major part of Infinity Wars as far as the comic books go. So I think they just had to not just like push out one quick origin story so they have Doctor Strange. Because so you go through the whole movie, it's an origin story. They really don't you get his origin, but not much more. And then at the end, at the after credit thing, he's talking to Thor. It's like just so you know, okay, yeah, we're kicking in. Now you're going to be part of this. Like how come all of a sudden this guy who just became a sorcerer or whatever, how come all of a sudden he knows Thor and he's talking to Thor? And like he's decided that now I'm a sorcerer. They didn't even explain this because like he's like, now I'm a sorcerer, so now I'm going to join the Avengers.
Well, I assume he took over the New York place. Which is...
Yeah.
By the way, anyone who lives in this Marvel universe, why the hell would you ever want to live in New York?
Because, it always gets attacked. I would be living somewhere in Montana.
All the TV shows take place there.
Yeah,
all the movies.
Well, I know what's going. I know what's probably going on after the alien invasions and all of that destruction. The real estate prices probably it's cheap. So people that always dreamed about living in New York finally can.
Well, because if you think about all the shit that goes on in the Marvel universe, it's like okay, so in Harlem you got Luke Cage and all the crazy people he's dealing with. And then Jessica Jones is running around somewhere.
There's Daredevil.
Daredevil's in Hell's Kitchen. It's like, is there any place I can go in New York that's safe?
Staten Island, I think, is okay.
No, you got the Wu-Tang Clan there. They'll shoot you.
If you don't mind living on top of a garbage dump.
Yeah, there's all that. Yeah, that just cracks me up, man. New York sucks in the universe. I don't know.
And it's all set in New Stan Lee, obviously. Like when he wrote all this stuff, he was like, "Yeah, I live in New York. New York is all I know. All these people are in New York." Mm-hmm. Like he could have set something in L.A. or, So, I guess Black Panther is Wakanda, but he comes to New York. There's nothing. There's nothing going on in Wakanda, so he's in New York fighting with the Avengers.
Is Stark based out of New York?
Yeah. His little tower. You see his tower in this movie?
Yeah.
Little Avenger Tower.
That's him. And then the new Avengers training facility is on the outskirts of New York. So the Fantastic Four, that building is in New York. The Baxter Building.
Yeah. Stark's house, I think, is in L.A. I think he goes back and forth.
Yeah,
come to think of it,
that's what I thought. Like I think
his house that blew up was in L.A.
It's like on top of a cliff overlooking the ocean. That's why I thought it's L.A. Well, what I did like about this movie, at least the beginning of it, is like all the medical mumbo jumbo seems kind of legit. Like it didn't seem like it was pandering or dumbing things down for 11-year-olds that don't know anything.
Right, which it did. But even so that opening scene, I highly doubt that a guy that a surgeon is doing brain surgery and he's got Earth, Wind, and Fire.
Oh yeah, that was definitely.
And he's doing music trivia, because to me,
I think that was just to show that he has a picture perfect memory or whatever.
But that kills me because it's so he's supposed to be this the brilliant neurosurgeon, but it's if you look at that scene, he's clearly not taking it serious. He's just yeah, I'm working on this guy's brain, but I'm also doing music trivia with these
No,
people.
I don't think that's true. It's just that particular thing he was doing was, just super easy run of the mill for him. Later on, when he's taking the bullet out of the guy's head, he's taking it super seriously to the point where he tells the crappy doctor, dude, cover up your watch. The ticking is distracting me. So I think it's just that when you see him, it's just his bread and butter. This is just too easy.
I think that's also real Tony Starkish of him.
It's like Tony Stark meets Dr. House.
Yeah,
it's the same character. Yeah,
it's the exact same character.
Isn't it handy how the people that work in this hospital never leave? So when he just magically appears, they're there on hand, and there's also an operating room ready to go.
Yeah,
no matter what.
Yeah, and also so
you guys are just being nitpicky now, though.
But
it's a comic book movie.
You know what? I always say this about every movie: you have to have the suspension of disbelief, but they got to make it somewhat plausible. And so the part where he's been gone for years, and all of a sudden he's just back. And
I didn't get a sense of how long he was gone.
They said 4 or 5 years or something like that.
Really?
Oh, really?
Yeah. If you listen, because she says you've been gone for 4 years and you just show up.
I totally missed that.
Well, and then all of a sudden there's ghosts flying around this room, and she doesn't seem surprised. She just
maybe
keeps
after
doing
all
surgery.
the Avenger shit.
Yeah.
No one really cares anymore.
Yeah, nobody's phased. That's actually the one scene that I thought was a little goofy, with his ghost popping out and telling her how to perform surgery on.
And so let me ask you this: if we're sitting here right now and I keel over from a heart attack, and then my ghost pops up and starts talking on this microphone, aren't you guys jumping out the window? Like you're going to be there. I don't know. Yeah. Shark was cool when he was alive, but I don't know about his ghost, and I'm getting the hell out of here.
I can take your ghost on. I'm just going to be like, oh shit, look, a midget.
a midget ghost.
A midget ghost.
Yeah, but that's the thing. She's like, the ghost pops out, or his astral projection, or whatever the hell it was, and she starts taking orders from this thing. I would think, if that happened to me, especially if I'm a surgeon, I'm going to think, I'm tripping on something right now. I'm not gonna cut what the ghost tells me to cut.
I'm gonna think about this over this commercial break. We'll pick this up on the other end in just a couple of minutes. Stay tuned. We'll be right back on Rekt Reviews with Dr. Strange.
Are you serious about your music? Are you ready to run with the big dogs? The experts at Pitbull Audio have the gear to get you into the game. From leading manufacturers like Mesa Boogie, Fender, Pioneer, and American Audio. To sound your best, you need the best. Pitbull Audio can deliver in rehearsal, on stage, and into the big time. Dropping beats, shredding guitar, or making the crowd roar. Whatever you dream, Pitbull Audio can help make it happen. We are Pitbull Audio. We want you to play it loud. PitbullAudio.com.
You know what's all around you every waking moment of your life? Marketing. You're choking on it. I'm Scott Robertson, and when it comes to strategic PR, branding, and marketing, I've seen it all. And actually, I'm still seeing it because bad marketing never sleeps. Join me each week on May the Best Brand Win, right here on Intertalk Radio, and learn how to make the marketing for your brand unforgettable.
Hi, I'm Tim Dolbear, the host of Sound Experience on Intertalk Radio. Each week, I talk with top professional audio engineers, producers, musicians, and the manufacturers that make the tools that we use in the studio each and every day. From capturing the perfect take to mastering your final release, and the tools and how the pros use them, we are going to dive deep into their process and learn from their experience. I look forward to you joining us each week on Sound Experience with me, your host, Tim Dolbear.
This is Jackie Bertoni from Jackie's Groove. Come join me weekly on my journey through the music business as I take you behind the velvet rope, interviewing industry notables such as Al Di Meola, Michael McDonald, and Al Jarreau, to name but a few. Listen to their stories on being in the studios recording #1 hits and onto the stages throughout the globe. Allow me to be your music historian. You can hear me live every Monday at 2 p.m. and every Wednesday at 12 noon Pacific Standard Time or 24/7 on jackiesgroove.com. Ready to get your groove on?
Talk.
Welcome to Rekt Reviews, movies and entertainment analysis using the latest in beer goggle technology. And here are your dubiously qualified hosts, Erik, Paul, and Christopher.
No Christopher, just Shark.
Say Chris has been quiet through the first half. Maybe
He's been an astral projection. Only we can hear him. But he's here in spirit.
Shark is his non-union equivalent.
Exactly. Yeah, I am the astral. I'm the black character in Doctor Strange now. And I would like that guy is a really good actor, but I won't even try to pronounce his name.
His real name?
Yeah.
I don't remember his character's name. But I do like that guy. He's in Firefly.
Well, the character's name is Modor or something like that, or Nodor. I don't know, but
Mordo.
Is he from Lord of the Rings?
I've never been able to pronounce.
Wow, I can't pronounce this.
It's like Chiwetel
Chiwetel Ejiofor. Yeah, you got it.
That
dude's cool. I like that guy.
He's a really good actor, and like he's English. He's English, and you would never know it. I've seen him in a whole lot of movies. He was in Four Brothers with Mark Wahlberg. He played like the big gangster. And like I thought the guy was genuinely like from Detroit. He's English, so he's a really good actor.
It's like Benedict too. He's English.
Yeah. He was great. I thought he was great in that Star Trek movie, even though the movie itself sucked.
Khan,
yeah.
I wonder. It must be so easy for British people to do American accents. It's probably just pretend like you're a 4-year-old retarded child.
Yeah.
I want to see a buddy cop movie with Benedict and Hugh Laurie. Where they play Americans. Like everyone in the movie is British, but they all play Americans.
Take my money now, please.
I'll tell you something.
Sure.
Dealing with maybe a part of it, like when I deal with British people in the bar, if I'm dealing with them, it means that something's wrong. They're drunk, and I'm kicking them out.
They're probably polite drunks.
No, they're already assholes. But then the accent just makes it seem like they're being so condescending. It really does. Like because they have different terms than we do, and and to them those terms are not like an insult, but to us, it's like, what the fuck did you just call me?
I called you a cunt, brother.
Yeah, exactly. To them it's something different. Like a guy last night kept telling me, and he was the English guy who was black. He kept telling me, it's a fucking joke. It's just a fuck. I'm like, no, I'm not joking with you. It's not a joke at all. Leave. But so the whole English thing just it throws me. So maybe that's part of the reason why I just. Yeah,
well, that's the thing. Like in America, we have this perception of British people as being cultured and refined, but you got to remember that like a good portion of them are like soccer hooligans.
Yeah. Well, hell, the royal family is damn near like the Kardashians. So.
I don't think we can talk about the royal family in our situation right now.
Well, yeah. You said a mouthful there,
That's
sir.
True.
But anyways, I
know the pot calling the kettle orange.
Yeah,
exactly. I know I was harping on Doctor Strange, but a couple of things I did like about it. The big one is, like Doctor Strange he's a real smart guy, just like Tony Stark, but Tony Stark wins battles by punching things, and this guy, like, there wasn't like the whole movie he doesn't really fight a whole lot. He runs away most of the time.
The cape is doing most of the dirty work for him,
right?
Yeah, and at the end, like, you don't even see the big fight. I actually kind of like how they circumvented that, and then he just kind of wins by
cunning.
By outthinking the bad guy. So I thought that was kind of cool. This didn't resort to him punching something.
Yeah. That's supposed to be his thing. In the comic book, he's supposed to be the smartest person on Earth.
Smarter than Tony Stark?
He's smarter than Tony Stark, yeah. So
and Donald Trump.
That's
Orange is the new black.
I'm sure this is going to be some sort of a showdown down the road in one of these Avenger movies of Doctor Strange versus Stark. Who's going to outsmart who?
It's got to be, but like, see, that's one of those things where, like, even in the comic books, they don't even explain it, because if he's supposed to be like the sorcerer, the sorcerer supreme, well, none of these guys can beat him, because he can always just like send them back in time or something or whatever. It's like you can always do some sort of trick on them, and they can't really. If they try to punch him, he can just become Mr. Astral Projection.
So, quick question: why didn't they rewind time when that dude ripped the page out of the book?
because then you wouldn't have a movie. So,
Or just like you have all these monks that know about...
right. Well, but they were like very strict about this is forbidden. Like we don't do this. We don't mess with.
Yeah.
With because this sets up alternate timelines and universes that can collapse on themselves.
So Doctor Strange doesn't give a fuck.
Well, he doesn't give a fuck, and at that point, he just didn't know any better.
Now, I didn't catch this in the movie, but like this is a problem for me with a lot of movies like this, where you have like this origin story where a guy or a girl goes somewhere and they're training to become like this warrior or whatever, and when they go to these places, all the people there are like, yeah, I've been here for 25 years training, and then
right, and then in like 3 weeks, you're the number one.
Yeah, they're like the best.
Yeah,
ever.
that rubs me the wrong way too.
Yeah, that's always been stupid. Now, in Doctor Strange's case, in the comic books anyway, he's supposed to be like the chosen one. So of course he's gonna learn this stuff, and then he just picks it up right away.
But this is like the Matrix.
The Matrix. Same thing with Neo.
But they don't explain that in the movie. Like they actually show him like you're not good at what you're doing.
I think they pass it off like because he remembers everything that he reads. Like just kind of pass it off at that.
Yeah.
Wow. Do you think, because it seems to me, first of all, here on Rekt, we do a whole lot of Marvel.
Oh, they do like
we have a problem. We need an intervention.
Well, I think the problem is that it seems like no other film anywhere anymore gets as big a release as these superhero movies. Like all the other movies are just like, Thor is coming out and the Hulk is coming out, and then The Arrival will also be coming out. So so they get all the press. And it seems like there's no other films out, and that nobody's going to see any other
superhero movies.
Movies
Definitely take precedent. It seems like at least culturally.
The whole Comic-Con nerd culture is huge.
Well, we live in San Diego,
and we live in San Diego. It's huge. We have to address it. I guess sometimes it's better if we don't. You're still traumatized from the last X-Men movie, I think.
Yeah, it's a pile of garbage.
You seem to have been drinking more heavily ever since it came out.
And that to me is another problem, because some of these that movie was so bad, so horrendously bad. But it's like, well, it's an X-Men movie, so it's going to make money. So that's like they didn't care. It's like, let's just put in some let's take the old characters and make them young.
Who are the cutest kids right now in Hollywood? Let's throw those in there.
Yeah, that's exactly what it is. And then
it's like critical thoughts don't matter anymore.
No, they don't.
It's like you can review movies, but people don't care. They're going to go see it anyways.
If you really look at the Avengers movies, they take all the characters and they just kind of surround Tony Stark, and it's like you just be Tony Stark, and you just command the whole screen, and everybody else.
He's the most interesting character, though, out of all.
Yeah.
Hey, I don't know. Black Panther's a much better superhero.
Well, they just introduced him.
Yeah, that's true.
I mean, like, if I had to watch between Thor or Captain America or Tony Stark, I'll take Tony Stark any day.
And that's to Robert Downey Jr.'s because
he's fascinating to watch.
Tony Stark in the comic books,
like
even
40 years of like heavy cocaine use.
Yeah, and the thing is, because Tony Stark in the comic books is a completely different character. He's like he's the billionaire playboy, but he's like extremely dark and brooding alcohol drug addict.
Yeah, he's more like a Howard Hughes kind of thing. Yeah, right?
Exactly. He's not like the rich guy playboy who's out having fun. He's like, no, I'm very rich. And I'm very troubled, and I like to drink, and I like to do cocaine, and I put on an iron suit and go and beat the shit out of people. So
back to Doctor Strange for a second. Like I definitely I'm with you that a lot of the special effects were kind of derivative of Inception, but there was also a whole other part that were very original, like the whole kind of like third eye trip through the universe and all that. I'm good. I've moved on to wine. Thanks.
Everyone is turning down the SoCo except for me.
Well,
now.
me and Eric went to a brewery before this. We had some beer. I got wine.
I'm still working on my first go around. So.
SoCo. This could get very
right now,
dangerous.
Actually, you guys are Doctor Strange and Tony Stark right now. Two brooding alcoholics just behind the mic.
Pretty much.
It's been a rough week, sure.
Yes, it has.
So anyway, what I was getting at is I really enjoyed some of like the more like the metaphysical digital kind of special effects, trippy stuff. It was.
I wish they did more of it. Yeah, I liked it too.
I think I would have liked it better if I had seen it in the theater.
It's probably really expensive, Eric. You got to draw the line somewhere.
Well, like I like that stuff preferred to the. Instead of the Inception, the whatever, because
I agree. Like the battles,
cool, but it didn't make sense to me though.
You have a battle in the beginning with that like building bendy shit. You got a battle.
Was cool.
That was cool, but then the one at the end, I agree. Maybe it would have been cooler if it was more like
Did they? Like I know they're in the glass dimension. And I don't even know what that means.
Mirror dimension.
Or the mirror dimension.
Mirror dimension. It's like the holodeck. It's like a simulator. You could do stuff there and practice your magic and sorcery, and it won't affect the real world.
But why fight there and not in the real world? Like I don't understand.
Well,
somehow it was to Doctor Strange's benefit to be in the mirror.
Well, for them, it's because they think they could. Face off with their enemies there without affecting the outside world. But it turns out that the bad guys actually get strength from the mirror dimension, and I guess it can affect the real world.
But like when they would transition in and out too, like people didn't seem to notice.
Yeah.
Like I didn't understand like the rules of the going in between the two dimensions and
people seem kind of oblivious. Maybe you're still in the mirror dimension and people don't see, or maybe like you said before, like after seeing all the weird shit with Avengers, everyone's like whatever. It's just these fucking freaks running around again.
The reason you didn't understand that is because the writer sucked and didn't explain it, and the director didn't get that across. On the screen. I
don't think the director was very strong, and the writing isn't.
Not at all. And like
the guy who wrote this also wrote Prometheus.
God,
that tells you anything.
That says a lot right there. But it's like what Paul you were talking about. Like you like all the metaphysical stuff. That was my phone. Just did that. You like all the metaphysical CG stuff. It would have been cooler if there had been a story to go with it, like or some dialogue to go with it. They're just kind of like now, like in the superhero movies, they're like, okay, we don't really have a lot of dialogue or a lot of good stuff here in this story, but we do have some really good, expensive CG. So we can keep the audience entertained with that while we're just bullshitting and counting money behind the camera.
I don't know if I agree. I mean, throughout the whole trip, the what's her face, the eternal one. She was
the ancient one.
The ancient one. She was kind of talking him through and explaining what the astral body and the soul is and all that. And it's
how does the ancient one die? Just because Doctor Strange? Like, isn't she supposed to be immortal? I thought.
Well, she got stabbed.
Yeah,
she chose to die. Like he was like, you can go back in there, and she's like, nah.
Yeah, I'll just die. I've been around long enough. Yeah.
Yeah.
I have to wonder. It's like, when they hire these writers, they hire them based on other stuff that they've done. At some point, when you take like if you take Doctor Strange, which is, a fully developed character in a fully developed universe, and you just start taking liberties with what you write, like you're just like, it's already a full story, so I'm just going to put some bullshit on the page and go with that. I'm getting paid. I don't care. I think that's the kind of the way either they're approaching it that way, or it's a writer who's going, I love this, but I'm going to completely change it around. It needs to be completely different. Like, you
mean the way it deviates from the original source material, the comic books?
Exactly.
Probably you're right that it's whoever's writing it, they want to put their own stamp on it, but also maybe just making it more relevant to today. Like maybe the Vietnam War and the drug counterculture is not as relevant today as it was.
I think a classic example. Well,
it's also a Disney movie, so you're not going to have any of the drug stuff in it.
I think a classic example is when they tried to do the Green Lantern. When they tried to put Green Lantern on screen. Green Lantern was actually a cool comic book, but the movie had absolutely nothing to do with the way the story goes in the comic book. It was completely different. It was just like, let's put Ryan Reynolds on here, put him in a green suit.
And you're probably right. That's probably a mistake. Like the best argument against it was the Watchmen. When you kind of follow the comic book to the T, you get one of the best comic book movies.
Still,
of all time.
One of the best. Yeah, it's still one of the best. Then you have something like
all the work's already done for you.
But then you have something like Guardians of the Galaxy.
As long as it's a good story, like it doesn't necessarily bother me that it's not the same as the comic book, But then again, I didn't read any of this stuff anyway. So,
but see, then you have something like Guardian of the Galaxy that I didn't even know that was a comic book that existed. I
neither. When I saw like the poster in the movie theater the first time that it's coming out, I was like, "What the hell is this?" It's like idiotic.
So much to the point, I was like, "What does this have to do with Marvel? Like, this is like some space
raccoon."
Yeah, space raccoon shit. But it's like one of the best movies, in their little lexicon of films. So.
I mean, I think it just comes down to having a good director and a good writer, and this movie didn't really have those.
And some good acting.
Quick tangent. Did you guys see the preview for the sequel to Guardians of the Galaxy for this one?
You know what? I saw something. I when it says this is the new trailer. Yeah,
I saw when it came up. I'm like, oh, I know I want to see it, so I didn't watch it. But
I just saw one little part where Groot is back.
I guess I saw a different trailer.
Yeah, but it was Baby Groot.
Baby Groot.
Baby Groot talking to Rocket Raccoon or whatever the hell his name is.
The trailer I saw looked like the movie's going to be phoning it in.
Yeah, well.
It's a teaser trailer, right? Like, it didn't show any actual story or anything, right?
Yeah, just a teaser trailer. Yeah.
Well, you know what?
Let's hope not.
I think the thing that Marvel has done wrong with their marketing of all this is that they've already shown every single film that's going to come out. Like you already know there's going to be a Black Panther movie, and there's going to be I think the only two solos they're not going to have is Hawk and Black Widow. I don't think they're going to have their own movies, but everybody else is going to have their own movies, and it's all leading up to the Infinity Wars movie. So you kind of get the feeling that we're just gonna be introducing a whole lot of characters. In their own little origin films, and then we're going to throw it all together in our one big spectacle that's going to come out in the year 3000 after we're all dead. And
that's one thing that I sympathize with the writers about on this, because you have to. Each one of these movies isn't like a standalone movie anymore. Like, you have to.
That's true.
Start characters, and you also have to like keep this overarching thing. You have to set up. Like,
you really can't have Doctor Strange spend like 18 years becoming proficient at his craft, and maybe later on he'll be ready to join the Avengers. He's got to be ready now.
But you know what? But see, the thing is with these movies, like all of it's fantasy. So especially with somebody like Doctor Strange who can travel through time, they could have had him be like 18 years doing this, and I have to go back in time because in 2017, there's this group called the Avengers, and I need to go help them, in order to make things better. But, what do I know?
All right, we got one more segment coming up. Stay tuned. We're going to get to the bottom of this, I promise. This has been Rekt Reviews on EnterTalkRadio.com. We'll be right back in just a couple of minutes. Stay tuned.
Hi, this is Tim Dolbear, host of Sound Experience here on Intertalk Radio. And Source Connect by Source Element is the essential tool that we use to link between my studio in Austin, Texas, and the WS radio station in San Diego. Now, with Source Connect, not only can we communicate in real time and with HD audio, but it's synced up and is of a high enough quality that I can use it for real-time ADR work, remote recording, and overdubbing, and it even allows me to remotely control a DAW. Source Connect by Source Element. Affordable, high-quality audio and video connection over the internet for all of your production needs.
You know what's all around you every waking moment of your life? Marketing. You're choking on it. I'm Scott Robertson, and when it comes to strategic PR, branding, and marketing, I've seen it all. And actually, I'm still seeing it because bad marketing never sleeps. Join me each week on May the Best Brand Win, right here on Intertalk Radio, and learn how to make the marketing for your brand unforgettable.
Make this your vinyl night. I'm John J.R. Robinson, and every week, music creation comes alive through stories, experiences, and sounds when vinyl records filled our hearts and minds. My friends and I share our tips and techniques used in creation of iconic tracks for recording artists such as Michael Jackson, Eric Clapton, Quincy Jones, and Steve Winwood, to name a few. Vinyl has emerged hot, and the soul of vinyl defines art and passion which burns deepest at night. Tune in.
Are you serious about your music? Are you ready to run with the big dogs? The experts at Pitbull Audio have the gear to get you into the game. From leading manufacturers like Mesa Boogie, Fender, Pioneer, and American Audio. To sound your best, you need the best. Pitbull Audio can deliver in rehearsal, on stage, and into the big time. Dropping beats, shredding guitar, or making the crowd roar. Whatever you dream, Pitbull Audio can help make it happen. We are Pitbull Audio. We want you to play it loud. Pitbull audio.
Welcome to Rekt Reviews, movies and entertainment analysis using the latest in beer goggle technology. And here are your dubiously qualified hosts, Erik, Paul, and Christopher.
And we're back. See, that wasn't so bad.
I'm going to get to the bottom of this.
It was easy.
Go, chug.
He is still working on it.
Eric's finally finished his one shot of SoCo.
Yep.
It was a double shot, so...
Now we're going to get to the truth. Now he's going to tell us what he really thinks of this movie.
I liked it. I don't think it's good, but I liked it.
Okay, explain that.
I had fun watching it.
It's like reheated pizza from 3 days ago.
Yeah.
You know, it's not good, but you still liked it.
I liked it better than Civil War.
Yeah.
We saw it earlier this year.
By far.
Yeah.
I like Civil War better, just because it had it was to me it was a little more fun to watch, and it's like Civil War to me is one of those movies that you'll go back and you'll just watch scenes in it. You won't watch the whole movie, but there'll be scenes that you like.
The airport scene was fun.
Yeah, the airport scene was good.
That was about it.
Yeah.
It just Captain America bores me as a character.
Me too.
He's such a Boy Scout.
Even in the comic books, Captain America has always been a boring, like just really,
I don't know why.
really boring.
I mean, everybody likes it because it's what's his name, right? And he's hot.
I guess, and
that's the only thing I can think of.
that's it.
Now, does Captain America actually go back to like the 40s as a comic book, or is that later?
Yeah.
So that was like basically propaganda for the war effort, right?
That's pretty much what it was.
It's not really that relevant right now.
Yeah, and like so the whole Mr. Morality thing, it just doesn't play. It plays too boring.
Boy Scout.
Yeah. It's like, besides, how can you be Mr. Morality when you're running around beating the shit out of everybody? So it's like,
Again, another reason why I like this movie.
That's why I like
he doesn't beat the shit out of
That's why I like the new Batman. Like I like Ben Affleck as Batman because he's like, no, I'm not here to just fight crime. I'm here to kick ass. And that was the only part of the Superman versus Batman movie when he was actually fighting the guys in the warehouse. That was the best scene in the movie to me. The rest of it was just pure crap. So. Oh,
I thought your favorite scene is when he said Martha.
Well,
how do you know that name?
That's the all-time greatest scene in movie history. So, and plus the fact, I'm gonna have to go back in the comic books, but I don't think Batman's mother's name was Martha. Superman's mother's name was Martha.
Yeah, I don't know.
We looked this up when we did this show. I think Chris looked it up, and it was Martha, but. I actually went back and listened to that episode recently, and it is Martha, but I'm like, I could see them going in and changing the Wikipedia page just to make sense with the movie.
All I know is if I see Pearl Necklace drop one more time, one by one, in a fucking movie, I'm done.
And over and over
I'm
and
gonna
over
move
again.
to Tibet or wherever Doctor Strange went, and just
over and over and over again in every Batman movie with his origin story. It's like, we get it. His parents got shot in an alley.
If they do that shit with the new Spider-Man, I guess they can't, right? Because they've already established him as a character.
Yeah,
I think that the new
you
Spider-Man is going to be absolutely terrible because I haven't liked any Spider-Man.
Is it the next
movie.
one?
The next one. Yeah.
That's the next one
movie?
coming out?
Yeah.
We have Guardians and Spider-Man, I think, next year.
And I think it's just because the character Spider-Man just annoys me so much on screen. Cause
I didn't like any of the movies. I thought the third one was the best one.
Oh, God.
Just because there's a dance
with
sequence
Toby?
in it. Yeah.
The
It's the one with the
dance.
dance.
Yeah.
I just think the fact that Sam Raimi was like, fuck it, I'm putting a dance sequence in this. Like, I'm like, you got balls, I'll give you that.
Did you notice they did the same thing in Fantastic Four when Mr. Fantastic was dancing at the disco and he was stretching his arms out all over? And
I haven't seen any of those movies.
Don't.
Yeah, that's the one that I've been dodging. The Fantastic Four. I'm sorry. No.
I saw
three of those.
I saw the original one because I thought there was a chance that Jessica Alba might get naked in the movie, but she didn't. So it's not worth seeing. And if you want to see what's his name, whatever the guy's name is who plays Captain America now, if you want to see him as
whoever gets naked in a Marvel movie.
Yeah,
That's
there's always Deadpool.
Just Google search it.
Deadpool.
But not Jessica Alba.
Yeah,
the blue guy, Watchmen.
That's
true. That was a pretty blue schween right there.
Did you see the director's cut? It added a whole inch. Sorry.
Wow.
It was hard the whole time.
That Southern comfort is starting to kick in.
There you go. I knew it would get.
That's why I don't do hard outcomes.
I don't believe I've ever heard the term blue swing before. So overall, I don't know about
Shark didn't like it.
Yeah,
Paul liked it.
I liked it.
But I get the feeling that, like I said, if I go see it in the theater, maybe it'll grow on me some.
Yeah, I think you really missed out with your screener copy.
Yeah, definitely. But I think like you were saying, Eric, the characters are pretty much paper thin, and
like the guy whose name we can't pronounce.
Chiwetel Ejiofor,
like his character Mordor or Mordo, whatever. Like his character is terrible
and easily swayed too, because when you first meet him, he's like hopelessly devoted to the Ancient One, and then all of a sudden he's like
one sentence makes him go,
I don't want to be here anymore. Yeah.
It's
like,
and
well,
now
he's a Boy Scout.
And he's the bad guy now.
Yeah.
If you stay to the end, he's going to be the bad guy.
Really?
Yeah. If you watch the end of the credits, he goes and who's the basketball dude?
I didn't stay all the way to the end. I thought that the first little teaser with Thor was
yeah. There was one after that.
Yeah. Oh, what happened there?
The guy playing basketball. He goes and finds them and takes his life essence from him, so he becomes crippled again.
Oh,
he's like, there's too many sorcerers in the world. I'm going to go kill them all, or not kill them all, but just take their power away. I guess.
That's weird. He seems to be like the Boy Scout one that
But he's been changed by the fact that the Ancient One was drawing her powers from. I like the way they call it the dark side, pretty much too. So you could you have to call it the dark side.
It's not Thanos.
It wasn't
right?
Thanos. No. It was something else. But it might as well have been Thanos. Probably.
It's kind of a cool idea though. It was like some mystical dark thing.
But did you notice because his was the eye of Agamotto, the thing that he wears around his neck,
talisman thing?
That Wong called it an Infinity Stone. He said it's one of the Infinity Stones.
Oh, that's right. That's right.
So it all ties in with Iron Man and Guardians and all that stuff.
Is that what the Infinity Wars is? I assume it's about the Infinity Stones?
Yeah, about who gets control of the Infinity Stones.
So is that all how many Infinity Stones are there?
There's 7.
Have they introduced all 7?
No. I like
3 or 4.
Yeah, I think there's 3 or 4.
The red guy is one of them.
Yeah.
What guy?
Then
the red dude.
Red dude?
I don't know his name. Vision? I think it's Vision. Yeah.
Yeah, Vision. One of the stones is in his head.
Oh, right.
And then the Tesseract, there's
what happened to the Tesseract?
It's out there somewhere. I'm sure
is it on Thor's
They'll
planet?
be talking about it in Thor Ragnarok, which is what the next movie that Doctor Strange is going to be in. So
there's that. I know there's one in Guardians that's on the Guardians planet, whatever that is. I don't know. I can't keep track of all of them.
Did you guys notice Stan Lee's little cameo
on the bus?
On the bus, yeah.
I guess that has to happen.
I think it's part of his contract, but
you can't not have that.
He'll be dead in 15 minutes, so I'm sure.
I don't know. He just keeps ticking and ticking.
Did they just CG him in then?
He's got to be 100 years old. Because he was 30 something when he started writing these, and that was.
I wonder if they shot 20 of these just in case he dies.
And just put him in somewhere.
It's just him on a green screen.
Yeah,
just reacting.
Just saying random stuff. This one was very random. In fact, maybe he's dead already, and just nobody told us.
Could be
because this is oh, this is funny.
Could be.
This one made no sense.
They just set him up for every character they could think of.
Maybe
we'll make a movie about this in 20 years.
All the contingencies are thought out.
You know what? No one ever addresses this. This is the saddest thing in the world to me. Stan Lee created every one of these characters. Yeah. He should be a billionaire.
He isn't?
But no, he Kevin. No, he's rich. He's very rich. But Kevin Feige, the guy who runs Marvel Studios, he makes all the money. Every time they make one of these movies, and they've made I don't know how many, and they got so many
14.
more. Yes, and so many more in the can.
I'm gonna Google this. Keep talking.
Stan Lee's family,
I guarantee these movies have generated way more money than any of the comic books did.
Way more money, but they are his characters. Man,
yeah, that's not much. Stan Lee's net worth, according to Google, is $200 million.
Yeah, that's not and these movies make $200 million easy. He should have a lot more money than that.
I don't know. I wouldn't complain if I had too much.
But that's the thing. I get. He's like, you know what the hell do I care? I got $200 million.
Maybe he still thinks this is 200. What $200 million was in 1947.
Possibly,
it's $200 billion.
Well, you have to remember back in those days, people weren't doing copyright and like this is mine.
Yeah.
Only I can deal with this.
That's true. Maybe
that's why old musicians don't have money.
Yeah, musicians don't make shit.
Yeah. So
how did they differentiate between Marvel and DC then? Like, did they ever like double down on the same character?
A lot of the characters in Marvel and DC have the exact same powers, but
did they just respect each other? Like, we're going to call it something different, or
well, you have like so in Marvel you have Green Lantern, or no, Green Lantern's DC. So in DC you have Green Lantern, and then there's like Blue Arrow in Marvel.
Okay,
and stuff like that, and then like they have Green Arrow. So they they all have the same powers. Like Wonder Woman is DC.
Is there a Superman equivalent in Marvel?
Shazam is supposed to be
Shaquille O'Neal, right?
Captain Marvel. No, that was Kazam.
Kazam. Oh, sorry.
Yeah, but what's funny is Shaquille O'Neal did play a Marvel character when he was the guy with the hammer.
Thor.
No, not Thor. Oh my God, what was it? Steele. John Steele was a Marvel character. He was supposed to be.
Was this like in the 90s?
Yeah, he was like in the comic books. John Steele took over the mantle of Superman for a while Superman was dead. It's a long story, but they did a Steele movie, and Shaquille O'Neal was Steele. It was hilariously bad.
No memory of
amazing.
this.
Hilariously
I want to see
bad.
that.
We need to wreck this.
Apparently.
Well, the funny thing about it is like he's in the movie. He was a college basketball player, of course, because he's 25 feet tall, but he was also a like mechanical engineering genius in college. So he
not buying it.
Yeah, and he lives in the ghetto, and he creates this suit, and it's really stupid, but it's so bad. It's so bad because it's a terrible story, and Shaquille O'Neal trying to act is the greatest thing in the world. It's just the most marvelous thing you've ever seen.
I need to watch this now.
Yeah, that sounds amazing.
Have you guys ever seen him in person?
In person, no.
Yeah, it's one of those. It's like seeing like the ninth wonder of the world. He's the biggest human being I've ever seen in my life.
Yeah. How tall is he?
He's 7'2", but like he's like I've seen
huge.
I've seen a lot. Yeah, I've seen a lot of tall people. Like I've seen people taller than him, but they're usually really tall and skinny,
and like slanky.
Yeah, so when you look at him, it's like, wow, this guy's really tall. But when you look at Shaquille O'Neal, it's like he could scare shit out of the forest. He's tall and he's as wide as this room. Like he makes me look like a child, and like he's scary human being. So.
You guys remember Spawn?
Yeah.
I love Spawn.
Was that
Spawn's
Marvel
great.
or DC?
I don't know. I think that might have been an independent. I don't think it was.
Yeah.
It's not either one. Oh, okay.
Like it might have been like Dark Horse or something like that.
All right.
But they're actually bringing that back. I don't know if it's a series or if they're doing a movie. But the original movie was really bad, but I loved that character, and the HBO cartoon was really good. Yeah, that was really, really good. So hopefully they'll bring that back.
That was back when like comics were, I don't know, like DC's trying to be all dark like that, but it's not working out very well.
Well, they started doing the graphic novels and kind of getting away from the comic booky stuff and more of the graphic novels. But I don't know, maybe it's going back around. Everybody wants to be kids again. So
So what do you guys want to do next week?
Arrival. I want to see Arrival.
I want to see Arrival too. Okay.
I want to see Fences. That's going to be a good movie.
What's Fences?
Fences is from a Pulitzer Prize winning play that James Earl Jones did it on the stage, and Denzel Washington is doing it in the movie. So it's a really good movie, but it's like it's not like action or anything. It's just a really laid back, really good laid back story. I also
would prefer not to watch an action movie at some point, so that'd be nice.
That would be good. Something with a little substance.
Well, Arrival doesn't seem like it's an action movie. It seems like it's a brainy kind of nerdy science.
I think Arrival's going to be really good, except for the fact that Amy Adams is a star, and I'm sorry, she's just no actress to me.
Did you like Gravity?
I like Gravity.
Yeah, okay. So,
I thought Gravity was good.
I didn't really care much for Sandra Bullock, but she actually turned me around in that part. I thought she was actually really well.
I thought she was good. I thought George Clooney was great. So that was a good movie.
Yeah, Gravity was cool.
Really good, had the really good graphics and everything, the CG stuff, but it had a good story.
So we have
and good acting.
We have Star Wars. We have Arrival. What else is
on the horizon? I don't know.
Horizon?
No, on the what else?
Oh,
is on the
what else
horizon?
is on the horizon? Oh, yeah.
Fences,
I don't know.
apparently.
Yeah, but Fences. But those, that's not going to be a real big opening or anything. But I'm sure they'll probably kick out some other superhero movie in that time.
Because then we got to start thinking about like what's the best movie of the year. Because it's not been a very strong year.
Oh, it's easy. X-Men. Or
did you guys see Hell or High Water? I actually thought that was really good.
I haven't seen it. I heard it was good though.
Yeah, I really enjoyed that one.
I got to check that one out.
That's with Jeff Bridges.
Yeah, it's not a very action-heavy movie either. But
That's all right. I'm over action really.
I'm all about I like dialogue-heavy films. So
Yeah,
that's why I like Quentin Tarantino. He has a lot of dialogue in his movies. So a lot of weird stuff going on.
All right, so we got Arrival, Rogue, Fences, and then it's the end of the year. Then it's New Year's, right? That's it.
We'll be at the end of the year.
It's Trump's going to be the president. This might be the end of everything as we know it.
We only have a few more Rekt reviews in us before we get taken off the air and arrested.
Yeah, well,
we've already made fun of him.
I'm sure somebody's going to break in here one time and tell us that it's illegal to be drinking Southern Comfort on the air. But we can do what we want. This is the fortress of solitude here.
No, I think it's going to be the other way around. I think under Trump you could do whatever the fuck you want as long as you don't like badmouth him or talk shit about him.
I think that's very true.
He'll come out and sue you, but other than that, I think it'll be.
We'll have to have a code name that when we are making fun of Trump.
Drumpf.
Trump. There you
That's
go.
true.
That if he has a problem with it, he's going to have to admit that that's his actual family name, and he never would. So yeah, Trump.
Yeah. Everybody out there with the rioting and protesting, don't be stupid.
Seriously, just come on.
Doesn't make a difference. He's president now, so and like all the people. Oh well, we're gonna go back to the Electoral College and they're gonna resubmit and it's gonna be Hillary. Like no, it's not.
That would destroy the entire foundation.
All the people out there protesting right now. What the fuck were you doing when George Bush Jr. got elected president?
Exactly.
Fucking pussy, shut the fuck up.
That's why I had vowed I'm not gonna put any like political stuff on Facebook. I don't even want to talk about it. But my only one thing is this: everybody like who voted for him, who now is like, well, give him a chance and see what he can do and respect the office. I'm like, for 8 years, none of you respected Obama. You didn't respect the office.
Yeah.
You didn't respect anything he did. So go fuck yourself.
Word. Eric, you have any profanities to add to this?
It was going to be a shitty 4 years regardless, but I think this is going to be a really shitty 4 years.
It was going to be a real shitty 4 years, but either way. So, but everybody's so stupid. The last thing I heard is that Hillary Clinton is a Satanist and a pedophile. Like really? You guys are going that hard on it?
All right, and on that fun note,
yeah.
All right, we'll be back next week, most likely with Arrival or something else we'll concoct up. So thanks for tuning in. Rekt Reviews, EnterTalkRadio.com. We'll talk to you next time.
This is Jackie Bertoni from Jackie's Groove. Come join me weekly on my journey through the music business as I take you behind the velvet rope, interviewing industry notables such as Al Di Meola, Michael McDonald, and Al Jarreau, to name but a few. Listen to their stories on being in the studios recording #1 hits and onto the stages throughout the globe. Allow me to be your music historian. You can hear me live every Monday at 2 p.m. and every Wednesday at 12 noon Pacific Standard Time or 24/7 on jackiesgroove.com. Ready to get your groove on?
Hi, this is Tim Dolbear from Eclectica Studios. I'm a full-time mixing and recording engineer. I work with Grammy winners, labels, and indie artists, using state-of-the-art digital mixing and restoration tools and the very best in analog gear. Really, though, it's my ability to bring tracks to life and fulfill your vision for your music. This has made me sought after by producers and artists worldwide. So spend your time working on music and not chasing a mix down a rabbit hole. Go to timdolbear.com and check out our free one-song mix offer.
You know what's all around you every waking moment of your life? Marketing. You're choking on it. I'm Scott Robertson, and when it comes to strategic PR, branding, and marketing, I've seen it all. And actually, I'm still seeing it because bad marketing never sleeps. Join me each week on May the Best Brand Win, right here on Intertalk Radio, and learn how to make the marketing for your brand unforgettable.
Are you serious about your music? Are you ready to run with the big dogs? The experts at Pitbull Audio have the gear to get you into the game. From leading manufacturers like Mesa Boogie, Fender, Pioneer, and American Audio. To sound your best, you need the best. Pitbull Audio can deliver in rehearsal, on stage, and into the big time. Dropping beats, shredding guitar, or making the crowd roar. Whatever you dream, Pitbull Audio can help make it happen. We are Pitbull Audio. We want you to play it loud. PitbullAudio.com.